behind the organization who are full-time in the office of V-Max race events, and they set it all up, and they managed to achieve it all, and managed to stage this race weekend the Voorjaarsraces, the spring race meeting at Circuit Zandvoort, with the two main grids of the V-Max organization, Supercar Challenge and also the Mazda MX-5 Cup, of which we are going to see the opening race of the weekend right now. Cars are making their way onto the grid. And then we see the final race of today, the Saturday. The sun has come out, so great conditions on Saturday afternoon to conclude the opening day of the weekend. And tomorrow, an action-packed day, another one, with the long race of the Supercar Challenge and also two races of the Mazda MX-5 Cup and all the support categories, and also the Supercar Madness event for which tens of thousands of spectators are expected. So a lot of things to look forward to, and that also includes tonight a new format, a podcast thing which is called the V-Max Race Cafe, which will be staged live from the Red Bull Lounge here at Circuit Zandvoort from 6:30 tonight onwards. I'll get back to Kees and Dennis up in the commentary booth.
Thank you, Rene. Good to hear from the VMAX team down there. A great step forward for them this year in the direction of a live broadcast brought to you by the Alpha Live team, and some really exciting venues on the calendar as well, where, as mentioned by Rene, will be a lot of fans expected. So make sure you've got the dates in your diary for all of the races in the calendar. This is the first of 6 rounds for the Mazda MX-5s, and in August they will go to Nürburgring, which is a new addition to the calendar this season, and supporting GT World Challenge for the first time since 2019. A real great step for the championship to put that track back on the calendar, and what is a big weekend of racing over at the Nürburgring. Lots of fans will be expected there and I'm sure Mazdas in a weekend like that have the possibility to steal the show. If you are a regular viewer of Daytona 24-hour and the Mazda support race they have there, you'll know exactly what I mean. The clips of those cars racing around there often do go viral, and there is a possibility we're going to get similar kind of racing in this one. If you're with us for qualifying earlier, you would have seen how close things were, and it looks like we did have a race going on, but that was just due to the fact that the cars are so closely matched. It's everyone out there in a Mazda MX-5, so it all comes down to the drivers. This is a championship where the drivers make the difference, not the equipment that they are in. Of course, the teams can influence setup changes and things like that, but when the lights go green and when the drivers are out there, it's all on them. And one-make championships are my personal favorite to watch, actually. I think whether it be sports car single-seaters, they often provide really, really exciting racing. So strap yourselves in for 3 races this weekend. This one, to add to that excitement, we are going to have the top 10 from qualifying reverse. So that's going to be a very interesting one indeed. Reigning champion Marcel Dekker will be out there on pole position. He has won this championship a few times now. He won it in 2019, 2021, 2022 as well. So Marcel Dekker, carrying the number 1 on his car, is one of the most successful, if not the most successful driver in this championship's history. But it's not all about him. There are drivers out there that will be very keen to come through and make sure they can get on the top step of the podium and fight for this championship, as this is a championship not only for those regular races, but a great stepping stone to maybe get through into the Dutch Supercar Challenge, which is also, of course, broadcast for you this weekend. Or beyond that, go to things like GT World Challenge and so on. So lots of these drivers, I'm sure, have that ambition to possibly go and race at something like the Nürburgring 24-hour or the Spa equivalent of it. Let's look around the cars on the grid then. It's going to be Dekker on pole position. Xavier van der Scoot will be second place. And then just behind that, Henk Valk Jr. and Luke Valk. So the two Valk drivers will be sharing the second row. Then we have Steen here in 5th place. Wouter Janssen is in P6. 19 cars out there overall, and the possibility for drivers to make some places quickly. It will be a standing start as well, so that's will all be on the drivers to get a good launch off the line, and it means there is possibilities for overtaking into Tarzan Corner. Let's continue through the grid then. You can just see on our screen now is the number 16 car. This is Xavier van der Scoot. Great start to the season, qualifying inside the top 10, meaning he was involved in this reverse grid. Fastest laps could make a difference here as well. The fastest laps are going to set the grid for race 2. So even if you find yourself having a bad start to the race or a moment during it, then you can still recover and get yourself back up there for race 2 by setting the fastest lap of the race, or a very competitive one. Likewise, that can mix things up, because if we find the leaders are fighting away with each other a lot and are not necessarily getting fastest lap times, then the grid could be a bit of a mixed match going into the first race tomorrow. Finally, race 3 will conclude, and that is set by the grid from qualifying earlier. All 25-minute races, they'll go by very quickly. I can tell you that now. There is 3 minutes to go before we get started, maybe just shorter than that, but all the cars are out there ready to go. Mechanics get in their final shots before we see ourselves going off. The 1 minute board is looking like it's about to be shown to the drivers very shortly, and then we will be off and away on the formation lap before they line up here on the grid and get ready to go racing. So let's go through this grid that I've been talking about so much. Marcel Dekker is going to be on the start. Xavier van der Scoot will be row 2. Then it's Henk Valk Jr. and Luke Valk on row 2. Starting here is on row 3 with Wouter Janssen, and then it is Christian de Klein on row 4 with Noah Maton. Chris Scootert is on row 5 with Delano de Catela, and then just outside the top 10, Nico Lanelati and Mats van Rooyen on row 6. Jim Bach and Mats de Bay are on row 7, and then we have Serhii Volobuyev on row 8 with Mihailo Cohen next along in 16th place. Jack de Kock is on row 9 with Jaden Ruchans, and Ivan Yeremenko rounds out the field of the 19 cars, all out there ready to go for this first race of the season. Some weekends we will have 2 races, others it will be 3, but this is one of the rounds where we do have that additional 3rd race where lap times become a factor during it. But reverse grids always a great part of this championship, and in 1 minute time they will have their final opportunities to put some heat through those tyres and brakes before we get ready to go. Racing for the first time in the Mazda MX-5 Cup Benelux. Some of the best racing in the sports car world is through the Mazda MX-5 category. I'm very excited to see how we get on. Marcel Dekker, not the best time for him in qualifying earlier, hence he is down where he is. I think a little bit affected by traffic, but he will take this now as an opportunity to go try and just control the pace in this one and lead us off away to a victory. But as I say that, Xavier van der Scoot, Valk Jr. and Luke Valk, they'll have something to say about that from row 2. A slow start, and you could be heavily punished in a car like the Mazda MX-5 as well if you're not away off the line very quickly. Another thing to watch out for in this race, definitely tactical racing. It's more strategical than, say, your GT3 racing or your single-seater racing. This kind of racing is all about working together, slipstreaming, and then taking advantage when you have the opportunity. So we will see a lot of drivers out there, I'm sure, throughout the weekend and the season, taking the chance to work together with each other. Slipstreaming, bump drafting is not an uncommon thing in the Mazda MX-5. It's something you see quite a lot, and for those of you who may have just seen the odd Mazda race from, say, Europe or stateside, you'll know exactly what I mean by that. It has similarities, and I said this earlier, it has similarities strategically to kart racing because of how closely matched the cars are. All about getting good exits from the corners as well. That's a big thing in a car like this, but they can carry a lot of speed, and that always leads to good racing. And if you can get a break out front, you've got to take advantage of it as well. So patience can be a factor for those looking to work through. Delano de Gatela and Chris Scutert from row 5. They're definitely going to be ones to watch in working their way through, as this is a reverse top 10 from qualifying race. So we'll keep an eye on how those drivers get on throughout. Decker, though, very experienced. You see the confidence in him putting heat through those tyres as well. I know that's quite a small observation, but you can just see in his body language and the body language of the car that he is very, very comfortable in the seat of that one. A very experienced driver, dating all the way back to when this championship first began in 2019. Marcel Decker putting heat through the tyres, Xavier van der Scoot likewise, and then Valk Jr. and Senior on row 2. We've got Luke Valk and Henk Valk Jr. Coming around the final corner now. Xavier van der Scoot is the lead rookie as well. Henk Valk Jr. Also a rookie, as is Luke Valk. So it's trying to win the junior category or rookie category is something that the drivers are also out there to do as well. Our junior champion was Mies Huben last year, finishing in 2nd place overall in the championship. So it's often a case that rookie drivers, junior drivers, they come in and can be competitive pretty instantly due to the talent we have in this field. We're almost ready to go. The drivers are just getting lined up on the grid now, and then we will be away and ready. It'll be over to the lights once that green flag goes at the back, when Ivan Yeremenko is in position. There goes the green flag. Then we are set and ready to go for the season opener here at Zandvoort in the Mazda MX-5 Cup. To the left is Xavier van der Scoot. To the right, your pole sitter, Marcel Decker. And we are go for the 2026 season. Great start from Marcel Decker, and he will comfortably lead us down towards the first corner. Valk Jr. looking to make a move around the outside there of van der Scoot, and it looks like that's worked. So Valk Jr. going into 2nd place. Marcel Decker immediately trying to get a gap out front. Van der Scoot fighting to hang on to that 2nd place as we come now into Hoogenholm's corner, and it looks like he's just about managed to do so. So Van der Scoot holding on to 2nd place. Valk Jr. is in 3rd place, and a clean and tidy start all the way throughout the field. And look at that train of cars heading now through 4, 5 and 6. Marcel Decker, don't look in your mirrors because you will see an absolute snake of Mazda MX-5s hunting you down. These drivers will want to try and work with each other here, but at the same time, they are racing drivers, so expect lots of action as there is a change there for 3rd. Valk Jr. losing a position there in 3rd place, and with that, Xavier van der Scoot feeling the need to get on the defensive in 2nd. All of this allowing Marcel Decker. Look at the difference in lines there. Marcel Decker going all the way to the outside. Van der Scoot defending through the middle of the circuit, and now the pressure is being piled on him as they make their way down to turn 11. Into turn 11 we go. It looks like it's Stein Heery who is there in 2nd place now as he goes around the outside, and that's a great move around the outside. So a change for 2nd place as Marcel Decker going a little bit wide, asking a lot of that exit curb there. So 3rd place, Van der Scoot drops down. There is Luke Valk as well, leading this next big train of cars as they will now come around the banking and on to the start-finish straight to complete the first lap of the season. Across the line we go, and it's an escape in second place from Wouter Janssen. So it's Janssen, the driver, in second, and Wouter has started to escape from the field. Meanwhile, we're 3 wide. We've got Van der Schoot trying to get 2 places there, and had Wout Jr. to his outside, but going all the way around the outside. That looked like a Stein here, who has now made his way up into 3rd place. So good driving there by Stein, and has got into the podium places. Now over the crest they come through 4, 5 and 6. Wouter Janssen chasing down leader Marcel Dekker, who has lost some time definitely to Wouter Janssen, and he's lost a lot of time. Janssen is looking like he's going to challenge for the lead. Will that be into turn 8 or 9? Those corners here, good opportunities for Janssen. Deciding to stay patient through 8. Will he take the lead into turn 9? Yes, he does. Down the inside he goes, and Wouter Janssen is your new race leader in this first race of the season. Or is he? Because Marcel Dekker wants it back and is going to try and go round the outside now through 10. Marcel Dekker being shown to the exit curb, but being given space from Wouter Janssen. That was good, respectful racing from the 2. And we will head now down to turn 11. To the downhill braking section zone. Marcel Dekker gets back down the inside over the curb, and that is a change for the lead. Dekker retakes the lead, but with this happening, the drivers in the background are all closing in. That's Stein here, who is in 3rd place, and then next along, oh, someone going wide there. I think that was Wout Jr., who may have gone wide out of the exit of that corner. Will confirm when they make their way over the start-finish line. Here we go then. Janssen pushing Marcel Dekker along down the straight, and it is the 95 car in 3rd place. Van der Schoot is in 4th place, and then we have Catella in 5th place. So that is a really good start from Catella there to come through the field and up into 5th. There he is in the blue and green livery. Maton is behind, and then it's Wout Jr. So I think Luke Wout might have been the car that ran slightly wide there through the last 2 corners. Downhill once again, the leaders nose to tail coming over the crest here. And through turn 8 and turn 9 they go. Right back to our leaders. It's Dekker. Janssen here in 3rd place. Are we going to see any changes this time? It looks like we might have a move from Wouter Janssen for the lead, or will he stay where he is? He's got to get past, because we've got that 95 car of Stein here behind, and then we've got Van der Schoot. Catella is in 5th place as well. Down the hill into the braking zone. Marcel Dekker taking an ever so slightly defensive line there just to hold off Janssen, but Catella is going to be the real presence to watch. Is there in 5th in the dark blue livery, and Catella is about to make a move, I feel, here on Van der Schoot, who started this race on the front row of the grid. Oh, down the inside goes Janssen through 14. Marcel Dekker did not see that coming at all, and now Janssen is going to gift 2nd place to Stein here there, who comes through and takes 2nd place due to Janssen's poor exit out of turn 14. So a change for 2nd, coming round in 3rd place there. That is Van der Schoot, and then we have the likes of Catella, Maton as well. Look how close this is coming through turns 2 and now into turn 3. Dekker still leads, but only just, and Van der Schoot is now retaking 2nd place there from Stein here, who runs slightly wide, and Dekker's run wide as well, and he's going to gift the race lead here to Van der Schoot, who now takes over the front of this race. Janssen is in 3rd, and look at Dekker being pushed onto the grass. Over the grass he goes, rejoins almost into the path there of, I think that was Maton, who he rejoined into the path of. Catella, who took the fastest lap in qualifying earlier, is the driver in 3rd place. Change coming for the lead. Stein here once again briefly leading this race, but has got to be careful of Taylor behind. And if you're wondering why we did a reverse grid race, this is exactly why. Oh, spin in the background there, just trying to pick out who that was. Live timing will confirm who that was in just a second, but let's focus on the race. We do not want to miss anything here. Leading the way is Janssen, down into the braking zone now, being pushed along there by Van der Schoot, and we have a lead train of 7 cars minimum there. All right, I think it goes all the way back to the end of the top 10 now, this lead train. Green flag is out, so whoever did spin has quickly got going straight away, has rejoined, and I can tell you it was Mazda MX-5 who spun. Let's have a look at it. Well, I didn't appear to be contact, but there was a car who did avoid and go to the inside, so either it was a spin or was helped round. Let's leave the stewards to have that debate. Okay, into the first corner once more. Oh, and straight off there, that's another incident, and that could be a safety car. 2 cars off and into the gravel, and one is parked in the barrier. So an incident which I think might have been Luke Valk who went off there. Round Hugenholtz now. There is the car in the gravel trap now, and it's Henk Valk Jr. So it was one of the Valks, but just the wrong one. Henk Valk Jr. is off. I just want to see who the car was who went with it, but we'll be delivered that in just a second. Let's focus on this battle first, because it's Janssen and Van der Schoot. There looks to be the other car, which is, I think, the 95. It is. Stein here is also gone off as well, so that's where the incident was. And yellow flags are now out of turns 1 and 2. Will this bring out a safety car? It looks like the 95 got into an escape road, but it really depends on Henk Valk, Luke Valk, sorry, and it is going to be a yellow flag and a safety car. So safety car has gone out because of the other car there. We have the 95 off and Henk Valk Jr. in the 11 off, and there is Henk in the gravel trap into the barriers. It looked like quite a quick entry into the corner there. Contact was made, I assume, under braking, and then that sent both cars straight off and into the gravel. You can see the track he laid on his path to the barrier. So Henk Valk Jr., who is out the car, you can see him in the black race suit there, out the car, which is good to see. And a Stein here in the number 95 appeared to get his car back into an escape road. So safety car, it's not going to make the field any closer because they were already this close. It will change the order slightly though, as you can see the 95 and 11 now tumble down the order. So Janssen leads from Taylor, Maton, Scoot, and then we have Decker, Valk, Klein, and then Scootert, and then Lanalate, and then Bach is next along. That's your top 10 overall. As we have the safety car out. Shame for both Stein here and Henk Valk Jr. going off in that one, but means the field very close together now. It does mean Mazda MX-5 will catch the field back up, because the 19, after that spin at turn 9, it was earlier, dropped all the way back from the rest of the pack. But Mazda MX-5 could be one to watch as we go into the final 10 minutes. We'll keep one eye on that 19 car, who will be fired up, and will now see an opportunity to recover some points in this race. So let's wait and see how he gets on. Points wise, we do get a point for pole position, we do get a point for the fastest lap as well. Full points, it's 20 to your winner. We work down to the top 15, so top 15 it is to score points. Hopefully we can get this car of Henk Valk Jr. at turn 1 cleared very shortly. But what a start to the season. We had a huge battle, a brief breakaway from Marcel Decker, but then he went off, appeared to make a mistake coming through Hugenholtz that allowed the field to start tearing past him down through turns 4 and 5. And as we got to turn 5, he had literally nowhere else to go but over the grass there, over the curb on the inside at turn 6, and rejoined safely. And I've got to say, he did do a good job to rejoin without crashing into any drivers or the barriers that come up very quickly there, because I've seen some incidents in the past in the likes of Porsches where we've had some huge incidents for that exact reason. Safety car has peeled in. It's over to Wouter Janssen to take the speed, take control of the field, and he will be the one to get us going when we go green again. Watch for Marcel Dekker in 5th. Watch for De Vey down in 17th as well. Janssen just taking his time here, knows the threat from behind, trying to catch out Taylor, and now he has gone foot to the floor, and Janssen is going to get this race back underway. Green flag waves, and Taylor there not wanting to pass Janssen. Looks like he's wanting to work with him in this opening few corners at least. Maton is in 3rd place, then it's Van der Schoot in 4th place as they now head through turns 2 into Hugenholtz corner at turn 3. Marcel Dekker in the green and white livery is then in 5th. Valk is in P6. As a descent now, look at the top 7-8 drivers all right in a line. Over the crest now at turn 6 and into turn 7 we go, and under pressure is Van der Schoot. He is under pressure here from Marcel Dekker. Are we going to see Dekker challenge Van der Schoot? I think we will. He is right behind Xavier Van der Schoot, and Marcel Dekker will want to get by and get a move on. Meanwhile, look at this down the field, lots of fighting going on throughout as Dekker thinks about that move, doesn't get through. Behind Valk, he is under pressure from declining. We're 3 wide in the background as well. Jaden Gruchans making the move on the inside, and someone getting lost on the outside. Oh, that's a car over. We've had a car flip over there. Not too sure. The fencing has obscured exactly who that was, but it seems the angle that car went into the barriers just dug the car in and flipped it over. It's now back on 4 wheels, so I think the safety car will be coming straight back out again. And that turned into quite a scary incident. What looked just like a driver making a simple mistake ended up turning into an incident where we will now hope we see a driver climbing out that car and walking away from it. But one of the cars flipping over there in the gravel trap, and I can tell you it is Mihailo Cohen who has gone off there. He has not come through the second sector. The 27 car has not come across the line, and it is Cohen who has gone off, the number 27. I just hope Mihailo is okay. And the safety car picks up the field for the 2nd time in this race, and the clock starts to go down. You can see 9.5 minutes. Let's hope this yellow flag doesn't turn into anything else. Just hope Mihailo Cohen jumps out of that one okay. Janssen, the leader. Taylor is in 2nd, Maton in 3rd, Dekker in 4th. Van der Schoot lost 4th place in the end to Marcel Dekker whilst all of that was happening, so Marcel Dekker did get through and into 4th. Noah Maton is the rookie driver. Then it's Van der Schoot in 5th. And Christian Decline in 6th. Chris Skutets in 7th. Luke Valk in 8th. There was a change there as well. Valk dropped a couple of places from P6 down to P8. Then Nico Lananati is 9th, and Jack de Kock has moved up to P10. As we approach the area where this all happened, it was around this section of the circuit here where and that looks like one of the medical cars is just making its way around to Mihailo Cohen there to just have some assistance. There we can see the safety team quickly out, the medical team making its way round as well to check on the driver in the car, Mihailo Cohen. Let's just hope that he walks away from the incident okay, and can be back with us again for the next 2 races tomorrow. He'll be taken to the medical centre at Zandvoort. The team here, very, very good, I have to say. And we'll see Mihailo making his way over to that medical centre and will be assessed before competing any further this weekend. So Janssen, your leader, has done a really good job so far. He started in P6 and made his way quite quickly through the order to the lead. Katela has come through from 10th place to 2nd. Noah Maton is next, started P8 and is up to 3rd. So you can see the effect of the reverse grid. Marcel Dekker hanging on quite well to 4th, and the driver he shared the front row with, the pole position driver Van der Schoot, in 5th. They'll want to see, as I'm sure they all will, the driver get out okay and get the green flag back out. Marcel Dekker will want to have a go at trying to take a podium place here. Likewise, De Taylor will want to try and get past Janssen as well. So it is Janssen behind the safety car, leading us round here at Zandvoort. This is where we are going to come back for round 5 of the season, and that will be on the 2nd to the 4th of October. Most rounds will be with the Supercar Challenge as always. We just have that one difference with Nürburgring on the 28th to the 30th of August. Now hearing from the direction team that we have the driver out the car. So Mihailo Cohen is now out the car, which is good to see, and will now be taken off to the medical centre to be checked before competing any further this weekend. And let's hope there's no injuries. Often you can see a driver walk away, but it will still need to be checked just to check there are no injuries that prevent him from racing. So we were going through some of the field there, weren't we? Christian Decline, pretty much where he started, has gained a place. It's at the expense of Chris Scootert, who has come forward 2 places. Then Valk, who started on the 2nd row and was running P6 just before that safety car, before a mistake somewhere, dropped Valk to 8th place. I'm going to assume it was a mistake, but it might have just been 2 good overtakes from Klein and Scootert. As the field heads past the scene where we saw the incident again, and if you did not see the pictures live, we had Mihailo Cohen go off at turn 10 there into the gravel. Went off at a bit of a pace actually, but then it appears his car dug into the gravel and sent him into a flip, which is something you never want to see at all. But thankfully the car did land back on its 4 wheels, and it seems that the team got over there very quickly, and Mihailo has jumped out the car. Hopefully we can get this one cleaned up before the end of the race. There is going to be some gravel on the circuit there, so that's going to be one thing for the drivers just to keep an eye on as they make their way round on the exit of that corner. They'll just attach this car of Mihailo Cohen up to the escape vehicle there, who will take it off the circuit and into a safe place. Let's see, could we get racing next time around? Am I asking too much? I think hopefully we should get at least one more lap of racing back in. It will have to be on the next time though, because I'm looking at the lap times as they come through, and we are doing 3-minute lap times, 3:22 that time it was. So if we're going to go racing again, then we will need to be going green on the next lap, otherwise this race will end under the safety car. Let's hope. What the exciting thing about that is though, it could lead to a 1-lap shootout here in this first race. Janssen will be very happy to do 2 more laps behind the safety car and come home and take the checker flag. but Taylor behind, who took pole, sees the opportunity here for a win in the first race. Now, just a reminder, race 2 grid is not set by this result as you see it on circuit. So Janssen will win, will take the points from that, but it won't mean he starts race 2 on pole position. That will be settled by fastest lap time. So for the likes of Cohen, Valk Jr. as well, here down there as well in 18th, those drivers, as long as they've got good fastest laps, then they should still find themselves up there on the grid. It looks like, if I'm looking at that alone, Taylor, Maton, Jim Buck as well will come up to 3rd place. Henk Valk Jr. will be up there as well. And Stein here will also be up there. So they'll both still be in the top 5 places. It will be another mix of the grid that will see Decker going actually quite far down the order. So we could see some real changes. That's me just monitoring the lap times now. Janssen will still be down the lower end of the top 10 as well. So it will be a grid that gets quite mixed up, and that's hence why that format is good. We look to be all clear now down at turn 10. I think it's going to be a 1-lap shootout in this race. 1 minute 44 to go. The safety car bringing us round. Janssen will be in no rush to get going when we hand over to him, but I don't think it could take 90 seconds to get from here to the end. I think we're going to have a look now at the replay of what led to all of this. Let's take a look. So a bit of a slide sends the car into the gravel, and then it tumbles over. We don't quite see that point between, but I'm going to assume that the car simply dug in to the gravel, and that's what tipped it over. Back to on track. Let's see Janssen coming around. Do we have a safety car peeling in, or do we not? It looks like the safety car is staying out, so it looks like this will be it for this race. Clearly some more work being done at turn 10. When you have a situation like this, the track can look okay, but you don't quite know what's going on with the barriers, with the gravel, etc. So that's always something to keep an eye on. Now, Noah Maton is just tumbling down the order. I hope that's a transponder issue and nothing else. But Maton is just fallen to the back, so I'm going to assume that's maybe some kind of transponder issue that's happened there. Unless he has had to retire the car, who knows? Ah, there we go. He's reinstalled at 3rd. So that cancels out anything going on with Noah Maton. He is still there in 3rd place. Well, very entertaining first race, I have to say. Lots of good racing, and had we been going the full 25 minutes, I think it would have been the intensity of the battles we were seeing for the full 25 minutes. So do tune in tomorrow. We're one of the first sessions out tomorrow. There's a free practice for the supercars, and then Mazdas are out at 10 o'clock local time. So a fresh start for them. They'll have some rubber laid down by those supercars, and then they will be out at 10 o'clock, and then Mazdas will have quite a lengthy break to get themselves reset and ready to go for race 3, which will be at 3:45, and that is when we will see the times from qualifying. So Taylor will be on pole position for that one, with Chris Scootert alongside. Round turn 10, the safety car leads us round this circuit. As we mentioned at the start, it's a circuit that really can punish you. It's got gravel traps that do just really threaten the drivers. So yeah, it's an easy one for mistakes. And we've seen already a couple of examples of that in this race. Down the hill, the safety car lights go off. It will be handed over to Walter Janssen to lead us home to the checker flag. And Janssen, what a great start to the season it has been for him. Taylor in second, Maton in third, Dekker in fourth place, and then we have a Van der Scoot in fifth, and Klein in sixth place, Scootert in seventh, and then Valk Landlati is in ninth, and then we have De Kock in 10th place. Up to the line then, and that will be the checkered flag for Wouter Jansen, who will win the first race of the season in the Mazda MX-5 Cup Benelux. Superb drive from Wouter Jansen, coming from P6 to P1. De Taylor, pole position earlier, and now from 10th he comes up to second in this partially reverse grid race. And Marcel Dekker will come across the line in fourth because Noah Maton is struggling with the transponder issue, so he will be third place in this one and the lead rookie. So a win and a podium for Noah Maton there. Well done to him. Marcel Dekker in fourth, Van der Scoot fifth, Decline, Scootert, Valk, Landlati, and then we have Jack de Kock. There's confirmation of the results on the screen. Well done to Wouter Jansen. We're going to see plenty more of that tomorrow. 50 minutes of racing, split into two races. Max Royen 11th, Serhi Vologuyev in 12th, Jim Bach in 13th, Jaden Rutians, and then we have Mastavey 15th, Ivan Yadamenko in 16th. Then the retirees, Mihailo Cohen, who brought that safety car out at the end after tumbling over at turn 10, going off into the gravel. Stein here and Henk Valk Jr. Collided with each other at Tarzan corner and went off into the gravel. Valk Jr. into the barriers at Tarzan, which brought out the first safety car race. But tomorrow's race is set by the fastest lap times. It looks like De Taylor will be leading the way there with Maton, Valk Jr. The front two rows on the grid, so do make sure you watch out for that one. But that is the full result from Mazda MX-5 Cup, voted by Hankook in the 2026 season. V-Max Racing events, bringing Mazda MX-5 Cup action as always, and once again providing hugely entertaining stuff. I think we're in for some really good ones tomorrow as well, with a bit of a mixed grid in race 2. Race 3 will be with the drivers all in their own orders, but I think you saw examples of that first race and how close these cars can follow each other, if that wasn't used to you already. But also the bump drafting element is going to be a factor, as it is in Mazda MX-5 Cup racing across the world. Drivers not scared to do that, and a lot of strategical elements to this kind of racing. You've got to be in the right places, and losing momentum can easily see to you losing a race win, a race lead. So all of that in consideration, Wouter Jansen was in the right place at the right time when the safety car came out at the end there, and he would be the one to get the rewards of leading us home to the checkered flag. He climbs on his car, Wouter Jansen. There was only one winner, and it was Jansen who took that one and starts the 2026 season in the perfect way on the top step of the podium. Delano De Taylor will be very pleased with his work today, and Noah Maton on the podium in third as well, the lead rookie. And well done to all three drivers, and it's the Mazda MX-5s that conclude the action here down at Zandvoort. Let's go down to René, who is going to be speaking to our race winner.
En we wachten op Wouter Jansen, die zijn helm afzet. Zijn eerste overwinning van het seizoen. Een fantastische start hier op een zonnig circuit Zandvoort bij de V-Max Voorjaarsraces. Wouter Jansen, proficiat, mooi succes. Vertel eens, hoe was jouw race?
Dankjewel. Ja, een beetje chaotisch, maar ja, nee, over het algemeen goed. We mogen niet klagen. We waren er eigenlijk het hele weekend al best wel snel. En ik denk dat we nu op het goede moment dat waar hebben gemaakt. En daar ook volledig gebruik van hebben gemaakt.
Het was een genot om daar te kijken. Natuurlijk typisch Mazda Cup race. Heel veel slipstreamen, heel veel actie. 2 safety cars met 1 airstart na de safety car. Vertel een beetje meer over hoe je wedstrijd verliep.
Ja, in het begin moesten we natuurlijk van 5 komen. En het is best wel belangrijk in verband met de slipstream dat we snel vooraan rijden. Dus het was hard werk om snel vooraan te komen. Vanaf daar eigenlijk vasthouden. en vechten met de jongens die om me heen zitten. En zorgen dat wij zelf zo goed mogelijk op de goede plek zitten. Waardoor we dus van dit soort dingen kunnen profiteren.
Strategie natuurlijk super uitgepakt. Morgen nog 2 wedstrijden. Hoe ga je daarin?
Exact hetzelfde. Gewoon gas geven en zorgen dat we zelf goed staan. En dan komt het wel goed.
Heel goed, dankjewel. Gaan we op zoek naar de rijder start nummer 2. Die wordt nog elders bezig gehouden en gesproken. Dan gaan we even kijken naar de beste rookie van vanmiddag. Dat is Noah Maton. Noah, quick interview over here as well. Podium finish for you, a great start. Best rookie in this race. Tell us about your experience, please.
That was a really good race. On the start, I took a really good start. I gained 1 position, and after I follow Delano. And when he passed, I passed, and I finished P3 with the safety car. But if we don't have the safety car, I think we're gonna have a good fight. But it's for the second race, I think.
Yeah, still a lot of action to come tomorrow. Obviously, 2 more races, so plenty of opportunities.
Yep.
Something to look forward to. Thank you very much. Noah Maton. En dan zoeken we de rijder die als tweede geëindigd is. Delano, even een kort interview alsjeblieft. Delano de Ketelen, Sleeper World staat op je auto, maar jij was absoluut wakker. Een fantastische race en een mooi podium in deze eerste wedstrijd van het seizoen in de Mazda MX-5 Cup. Hoe was het?
Ja, het was een mooie wedstrijd. Jammer van de safety car natuurlijk, die een beetje halve wedstrijd heeft weggehaald. Maar toch nog een mooie tweede plaats, dus daar zijn we zeker tevreden mee. Mooie start.
Mooi naar voren gereden, goede strategie, veel slipstreamen, dus ook spectaculair om te zien.
Ja, er was redelijk veel gebeurd in de wedstrijd. Maar kijk, we hebben toch mooi naar voren kunnen strijden van 10e plaats. Dus ik denk dat we zeker een mooie wedstrijd gemaakt hebben.
Voor morgen pole position, hoe zenuwachtig ben je daarvoor?
Momenteel valt het nog redelijk goed mee. Ik denk morgenochtend zal het iets meer zijn. Maar momenteel zit het nog goed.
Is pole position goed in de Mazda Cup met al dat slipstreamen en zo?
Ja, eigenlijk kijk, je ziet, ik ben nu op 10e plaats gestart. Ik kan perfect naar voren rijden. Dus in principe maakt het niet heel veel uit. Maar het is toch mooi even de extra motivatie en zelfvertrouwen.
Heel goed, dan gaan we ons opmaken voor de huldiging op het podium. Dankjewel, geniet ervan. En dat is het einde wat mij betreft voor de coverage van vandaag, de zaterdag, tijdens de V-Max Voorjaarsraces hier vanuit de pits. En de startopstellingen morgen een dag vol actie. Maar straks ook nog, en het zal iets later worden vanwege de vertraging, het V-Max Racecafé vanuit de Red Bull Lounge hier op circuit Zandvoort. Ik geef graag naar boven terug naar de commentatoren, de collega's in de studio, Dennis en Kees. En ook Rick Keller die klaar staat voor de huldiging. Dank u wel, fijne avond van mij.
Thank you to René down in the pit lane there. Good to hear from Janssen, Dicker Taylor and Maton as well. All making their way now onto the podium. Let's have a look at how they got there then. It was Dekker and Van der Schoot who would lead us away with the top 10 reversed from qualifying for this one. And Dekker in that green and white livery would get a superb start and would even be warming his tyres up further down to the first corner there. Had the full racing line going through. Van der Schoot had to work hard to hold on to second. Look at that. Great side-by-side action with Valk Jr. But Van der Schoot would just hold on to that place. Charging through the corner, we had Janssen coming through and up into 3rd place. Janssen eventually getting into second and charged after leader Marcel Dekker. 3 wide we were at this point with Van der Schoot fighting with Valk Jr. And this is the point where I believe Marcel Dekker would lose his race lead. He did run wide through this corner. There was plenty of overtaking through there. This was where Marcel Dekker then would lose the lead coming through turn 10. And that was Janssen into it, but Marcel Dekker would take it straight back down the hill into turn 11, and with the pressure piled on him, you could see here he shut the door on Janssen there, but would then run wide at turn 3 and lose the lead. This was the spin we had for Mazda MX-5, who would catch the pack back up with that safety car, which would come out for this reason. Valk Jr. and a Stein here, who would go off with an incident. Then we had quite an unusual incident here, a wobble for the Halo Cohen. Into the gravel he went, car digs in, and rolls over. He got out the car and walked away from the incident. Will now going to be checked ahead of tomorrow. That brought out a second safety car with about 7 minutes to go, with the incident being attended to by the medical team, and some of the gravel needing to be clear up. It would be the safety car that took us to the checkered flag, with Janssen taking the win ahead of Dicker Taylor, and Noah Maton, our rookie winner, in third place. Number one today was Wouter Janssen, but 2 more races still to go this weekend. And, as Noah Maton said when he was speaking to René, I do agree with him. I think tomorrow we're going to see lots of good racing. He was disappointed about the race ending as it did, but that just happens sometimes, doesn't it? But as he said, the good final lap battles will be saved for tomorrow. And Noah Maton now onto the podium, and that is something I'm really looking forward to, because we had a lead battle of about 10 drivers at one point. Involved in that was Dicker Taylor, who would make his way up to P2 from 10th on the grid. The grid will be confirmed when the results are published from this race with fastest laps. But taking the win, Wouter Janssen heads out on to the top step of the podium. Great start to the season. Had to work very hard to get there before the safety car came out, and made his moves at the right time to make sure he was in the lead if a safety car was to come out. And Wouter Janssen takes the win ahead of Taylor and Maton, and those 3 drivers, 3 of about 10, I'd say, who could have quite easily gone on to win that race. And that sets the tone for what's ahead this season and what's ahead at this first round, with 3 races in total, the first of those just being complete. The podium ceremonies will continue now for the rookies, so Noah Maton will be back out onto the podium. First, we can see Christian Decline coming out, third of the rookies, finished P6 overall. Great start to his weekend. Van der Schoot finishes in second, and again was a driver that was fighting for the lead several times in that race, and one to watch this season, one to watch going forward. Some great rookies racing in the championship this year. The best of them today was Noah Maton. Out he comes now, and looks at a great character, really is up for it, isn't he? So I'm looking forward to seeing how he does and how this rookie fight progresses, not just between these 3, but we had Valk Jr. off, we had Luke Valk there as well, so loads of drivers in that who can quite easily come forward. Jack de Kock as well came from 17th to 10th, so he's definitely going to be one to watch going forward. Rookie podium complete, and drivers will make their way now off onto the podium, and we will come off now. We'll be back on air tomorrow, 10 o'clock local time, for race 2. We'll see you then.
En dan gaan we het racegedeelte tegemoet hier op het Zandvoortse asfalt naar de voorjaarsraces van V-Max Racing Event. Prachtig mooi te zien, mooi feestje. En wij gaan de dag afsluiten. Iedereen hartelijk dank voor zijn inzet vandaag. De marshals, de cameramensen, iedereen op de paddock, de teams die het allemaal voor elkaar gemaakt hebben.